about the Rams' backup quarterback position. It's no secret that if you compare how John Wolford and Bryce Perkins performed this season to other teams that had to, play backup quarterbacks, it was not on the same level. And I love John Wolford. I have a shout out from him on my channel. I love Bryce Perkins. Some of my favorite preseason games have been Bryce Perkins lighting it up. And it's really, sometimes tough to have these conversations because as fans, we get connected to these players and we're cheering for them. But I have to be honest, because this is the NFL, this is the top level, I don't think our backup quarterback position is going to be the same next year. I think the Rams are going to address it, whether it's in free agency or the draft. So I want to start off with sharing that. And so we're coming here. This is FF Today, so Fantasy Football Today community. They have a list here. There are 38 quarterbacks that are technically free agents. Some of these now, like you see here, number 1, Lamar Jackson. He's either going to get franchise tagged and traded or signed with the Ravens. He's not going to make free agency. But if you look at some of these names here, there's some interesting ones. And I'm not going to go through all of them, but just kind of highlight a few of them that I think would be an upgrade to our backup quarterback position and upgrade our quarterback room. I will say I think John Wolford's time is done. I would love to see him retire as a player and actually get involved in coaching. I think that John Wolford there's a reason he's been the backup for so long because of his football intellect. And when you hear him talk in interviews, this guy knows football and he's smart, he's strategic. And I would love to keep that football IQ in the Rams building. But arm talent wise and just decision making wise, I think we can upgrade that position. Bryce Perkins, I'd still love to see him, stick around in the third string capacity, but I'm not sure that we can't upgrade over that. And so let's just look at a couple of these names here, just to kind of. So I don't think Geno Smith is going to get away from Seattle, so we're not really going to talk about him. Jimmy Garoppolo, I don't think he'd come to the Rams. I think he's looking for a starting opportunity. Daniel Jones probably going to re-sign with the Giants. Sam Darnold, I kind of think he'll figure it out, some sort of contract with the Panthers, but you never know. Now we're getting into the names that are more interesting. They're more realistic here, for the sole reason they're more realistic. So Teddy Bridgewater. He was with the Dolphins. He did pretty good with the Dolphins, at times. And he Tua definitely is an injury risk. So maybe Teddy. I don't know. I could see that being an upgrade. I don't know if we'd get him away from Miami. The name that everyone wants to talk about, I'm going to highlight here. I can't see the chat right now, but I'm sure you guys are talking about it. Baker Mayfield. This probably is the first and foremost thing to watch this offseason for the Rams. If Baker Mayfield can sign somewhere where he thinks he has a starting quarterback opportunity, the Rams can't match that. That's just the reality of it. Now, if he can't find that opportunity, I think it is in Baker's best interest to re-sign with the Rams for multiple reasons. And I think that Sean McVay and the Rams would like to bring him back. So he's my top choice that I would love to be our backup quarterback next year is Baker Mayfield. Now, if Baker does find, that opportunity somewhere, who knows where, Andy Dalton, that's a name. He's been around for a while. He's 35. It's never a bad idea to bring in the red rifle. Mike White of the New York Jets, and we just hired former offensive coordinator from the Jets, Mike LaFleur. Is Mike White someone that could come in? He has played at a high level. He's 27 years old. That's potentially that I believe that would be a backup quarterback upgrade. Same with Taylor Heineke, very similar thoughts towards him and Mike White. I would, if I had to choose between them, I would pick Heineke. I think he's got a little more grit in him. But both these players have worked really hard to earn their opportunities. Now, Gardner Minshew, I don't know if the Eagles let him get away. I would love to see Gardner Minshew as a Ram, as our backup. That'd be really cool. But we'll see. Chad Henne, I believe he's content backing up Patrick Mahomes with Kansas City. I don't think he's going anywhere. Jarrett Stidham, I think he'll stay with Vegas. He's kind of turned into a system quarterback, and I think he wants to stay with Josh McDaniels. Nick Mullins, that name still strikes fear in my heart. I don't know if he would be too much of an upgrade over John Wolford, so I don't really want to see Nick Mullins. I don't want to see Drew Lock or Josh Johnson. Nate, no, I'm not really interested in Nate Stedfeld. Cooper Rush, maybe. That'd be kind of interesting. I believe Tyler Huntley will stay with the Ravens. PJ Walker is a name that I could get behind. John Wolford, I don't think he's coming back. If he is back up, I'm going to be happy because I like John Wolford. However, I think there is an opportunity to upgrade that quarterback position. And, Case Keenum, I don't know if he'd come back to the Rams. He's already been with the Rams one stint. And I think he's pretty content if he can work out a deal staying in Buffalo. Anyway, I won't go through the entire list here, just a couple other names. I don't want Mason Rudolph. Jacoby Brissett would be cool. I'd be okay with that. I'd prefer not to have Joe Flacco, and I think he's content sticking with the Jets as their backup. Kyle Allen's an interesting name. I wouldn't be opposed to that. CJ Beathard, he's journeyman, been around for a while. Chase Daniel is like the ultimate journeyman quarterback. That'd be really interesting to see. And I think he actually backed up Matthew Stafford in Detroit back in the day. Blaine Gabbert, I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with Blaine Gabbert. And Brandon Allen, I don't know if that's that much of an up. Like all the rest of these guys here, shout out Bryce Perkins. Tom Brady's on here, and I don't want Tom Brady, but he's retired. So just kind of that's the list here. But all the rest of these guys, I don't really see them as a quarterback upgrade over John Wolford in the backup position. But if I were to pick my top three, I'd probably go right here with Gardner Minshew, Taylor Heineke, and Mike White. Behind Baker Mayfield. So sorry. Baker Mayfield is number one for me. If we can't get Baker, I would want Gardner Minshew. And if we can't get Gardner Minshew, I'd probably want Taylor Heineke. And if not him, Mike White. But that's kind of my thoughts. Let me know your comments, your thoughts in the comments below. And I think there's an opportunity to upgrade this, this quarterback room. And I'm hoping that we make some sort of move in the offseason, because the reality is when Matthew Stafford went down, we really struggled at that position for, a variety of reasons, but enough to know we got to do something with it.